are in the yarn room. It is not tidied up, but I think it's better to show it in its realness. And someone asked if I could share a little yarn room tour once I got it set up. It has been months since that request, but it's here now, so I'll show you. Here is the door that no one comes in, except for me and my husband sometimes. And then if we turn to the left, we've got some sock blockers there and some needles hanging. I would like to repaint at some point because there are some of these things going on the walls. And I don't know where they came from or anything. This obviously is our new house. And yeah, so I'd like to repair those or get something different there. And I have these flowers that are actually wood. And this is a little tree that my dad brought me back from Israel, and an egg that I got when I was in Ukraine years and years ago. My kids like to play with those. And then this is a stack of patterns, printed out patterns. I don't print them out anymore now that I use Knit Companion. It's way easier for me to keep track of where I am. But that's just a stack of printed patterns that I already have printed. So if I want to review them again, I can. And then here's my little Knitter's Pride chart holder. I also have a stack of records there because I have a record player in here and I really enjoy that. So then this is yarn that I just got in from a yarn trade. I didn't anticipate it being so much. I'm really excited about it though. So that's going to be fun to work with and get settled. I do have ideas for both of these different projects, and I'm excited to show those to you later. This is a portrait of me from my daughter. She snuck this in here, and I had actually fallen asleep because I was sick in my chair, and she came and dropped this in the room for me to make me happier. This is a ton of sock yarn that I don't know what to do with, so I kept it out to think about it. So I'm still thinking about it. These are special feet that I just ordered, zipper feet, and a buttonholer that I just ordered for my sewing machine. I'm going to move this charger. I didn't realize it was here. That I ordered for my sewing machine. I'm really excited about some of the sewing projects that I've been doing, and those 2 feet are going to make that process a lot easier. You know, the right tools make things a lot easier. These are sock blockers that do not fit my socks. They are too long and they're too thick. You can see my children have hammered them here. So I'm thinking about sanding them down into children's size blockers, but I still am not sure if my brain will think that is wasteful or not. So this is some mending I need to do for my daughter. This and her little purse strap that she wants me to make over here. These are languishing sewing whips. This is a quilt top that I made a while back. And then these are studio pants. I forget who and a shirt that I need to make there. So it's just a stack of sewing that I've yet to do. These are some shelves that my husband made for me. I just hang my sock blockers off them because that's an easy thing to do. He made me these yarn shelves when we lived in Kentucky, and now that he's made these hexagon shelves a few times, he says he will never make them again. That one is sliding because I didn't actually affix it to the wall, so I need to fix that. Moving along, now this closet is it doesn't have anything in it. So there's no like major stash in there or anything, which would be cool. But everything you see in here is my stash. These are blocking mats and just a bag that I got from sorry about my finger there. A bag that I got from my local yarn store. Here's my Swift. My ball winder is on the other side. I love these things. I'm so glad I invested in them. They are beautiful and wonderful. There's a ranunculus up there awaiting a yoke depth decision from me. We will see, how long it needs to stay up there for me to decide that. Then there's some yarn that I need to make a decision about what I want to do with it here. This thread catcher is actually holding minis that I'm saving for a pair of probably chaos socks. These are going to be hats at some point in the future. This is yarn that they're just leftovers, but they're not minis. They're beautiful wool that I want to use. I just am not sure what they will be yet. This will become a pair of mittens for my son. He requested that color. This is the idea of a shift again. I would need to find a contrast color that I really like. This is my planner, my scale. I have some interchangeable needles here. And then this yarn is also ideas. So these are all going to eventually be socks. This might be a hat actually, but these are going to be socks. This is the beginning of an alpenglow. I am so in love with this. I can't wait to have the time to invest in it some more again. This yarn just got returned to me, so I just threw it in here. And these are flowers that my mother-in-law gave me when I was sick. These are fingering weight leftovers and DK weight leftovers. I keep them in there so that I can remember that I have them. They're kind of visible storage, and that's important for me, or I will forget that they exist. Then turning this way, this is my favorite corner in the yarn room. This corner right here. It's beautiful. I love it. These are all sweater quantities of yarn. Some of them I've started. Some of them are still waiting for me to start them. I'm trying really hard not to cast them all on at the same time. This is a pillow that my child threw on the floor. It's usually on the chair. Hang on. There. That pillow is usually on the chair. This is an anthology throw that I just started. I often hang things on the wall when they're at a pause point because I think they're beautiful, and it helps me remember to, when they're stuffed in a project bag, I will not remember to think about what I need to do next with it. So I love doing that. That is a flower press that my sister and my brother-in-law gave me for Christmas a few years ago. These are some special yarns that I'd like to put in a project soon. I'm not sure if they're going to go together or individually, but I like them both very much. And so I keep things out so I can think about them, and I do that all the time. This is a little leftover from the mittens I just made my daughter. She asked me to make some socks with the leftovers of that, so I'm going to be doing that. This is my Bible and Knits About Winter down there because I was reading those earlier and then I decided to set them down. I have some leftovers in here too from a shawl that I made earlier that I've yet to put away. I'm not sure if I wanted to immediately put them in another project or not. I have my books here and another big shelf of yarn. It's just so wonderful to be able to see it all, and I know that sometimes things can get bleached out if they're left in the sunlight too long, but none of this is actually direct sunlight where my yarn is, and so I think it'll be all right, especially since I'm doing a extremely low buy this year. I should be able to get through it. These are just pieces of art. I sketched this and this. They're memories I have with my husband, and I made that painting a long, long time ago, and that's a photograph my husband took when we were dating. When we were dating, he was a professional photographer, and he would make me presents like this all the time. Sweet. Up there is a bouquet of fabric flowers that I made for my wedding day, and the vase was painted by my husband's grandma and given to me as a wedding present. So this is the yarn room. This is everything. It's just a long porch, and it's lovely. And if you don't have a space to call your own for your crafting space, I totally understand what that's like. This isn't me saying everybody needs to have that type of space or anything. It's hard to get space like that, and especially when you have kids and even pets that will get into your projects if you don't do them and then put them all away. It can be frustrating to see someone else's space sometimes. So I hope you don't see this as like a flex of any kind. This really is just our front porch that I converted into a craft space, because it really does do my heart a lot of good to be able to leave a lot of projects out that I can just come in and grab at some point. So thanks for going on the tiny tour with me, and I'll see you next time.